What advice do I have for an Instacart Diamond member who lives in Houston? For one, get out of Houston. I'm just kidding. Only reason why I even suggest getting out of Houston is two reasons. One, the weather is crazy. You know, the weather is nuts. Sometimes it's like, a lot of times, not even sometimes, a lot of times it's raining, and sometimes it's still raining. Yeah, sometimes it's still raining, and lots of traffic, crazy amount of traffic. Anyways, past that though, so I've lived in Houston, Texas for 1 exact year. That's all I could bear. But if you're from there, you know your town like the back of your hand. You know, I would say for anybody, especially Diamond members, to go to Costco. So whatever time it opens in your town, my town, it opens at 10 a.m. So if it opens at 10 a.m. for you too, make sure you are there. If you have a Costco business center, my Costco business center opens up at 7 a.m. That means you can get at it even earlier. Now, I'm not sure how many hours you're working. Not everybody wants to work the hectic lifestyle that I do, which is fine. If I work just a normal 8-hour shift, I would probably make, well, right now I've worked since 7 a.m., right? So we got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've worked 9 hours. So if I would have ended an hour ago, I would have had 160 for the day, somewhere around there, like 150, 160 for the day. And then that would be that. But I just can't afford to be out here for 8 hours when there's so many more hours in the day that I could be doing this. Especially, I mean, the least I would work, if I were to just say, you know what, I'll work this schedule, I would work from the time that Costco opened to the time that Costco closed, and then call it a day. You know, which is quite some time, you know, especially if you're doing the 7 a.m. to then, because that's basically the shift. But if you weren't working the 7 a.m. shift and you were just doing the 10 a.m. shift, then from 10 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., which is what mine is open till, that's not that bad. I mean, so if you think about it, it's 11, 12, that's 10 hours, 10 and a half hours mostly. And the last orders around here start ending around 7:30 anyways. So I would technically say it's like 9.5 hours, not 10.5. But neither here nor there. If you have a Costco in your area, you need to be there for the Costco drop. And the reason why I say that is because when you're at the Costco drop, you literally like, it can change your day. The best trip I've ever got from the Costco drop was $87, and down to the worst one I did for a Costco drop, which was $40. So those ones, like, I'm just saying, like, and it lands anywhere in between those numbers every single day, consistently, for me at least. And I feel like that's that across the board, because if you go to other YouTubers' channels, there's a lot of people talking about the Costco drop. That means it's not just my town. It's not just your town. It's all towns with Costco's in it. So if you have a Costco near you, or if you have a lot of Costco's within your town, pick one, wherever one's closest to you, and be there right when it opens. I'm talking about before it's open, like at 9:55, you want to be at that door hanging out until 10 a.m. And then the drop happens between, I'm just going to say it like this because it may happen sooner for some people, I don't know. But the drop happens between 10 a.m. to 10:06 a.m. Anything past that, you've missed the drop. And, you know, otherwise you're too early, right? So if you're going to do the Costco drop, make sure you do it and be quick. There's a lot of people out there. The great thing about being Diamond is you get those priority access ones. And the priority access ones help you just because of the fact that it's just you and a select amount of people who are at the priority access level of Diamond. So if you're already Diamond, that means you're at least busy enough to stay out there long enough to become Diamond. And you do this long enough for you to be good for Diamond. And trash loads are everywhere. Trash loads are across the market. I've definitely taken a trash load before. I've taken 30 miles for $40. That's kind of trash, you know. But when it's super dead, or it's like I have to, then I got to do it, you know. Like I got to do it. It just is what it is. I can't just sit here and cherry pick all day and be like, dang, now I'm just sitting here. I've been sitting here for like almost an hour. Like, you start thinking about that $40 trip you could have been on for that hour, you know? It is what it is, you know? Like, I mean, as long as the item count isn't insane, then you're good. I mean, I have a very small car. This car is small. So I've literally not came across an order that I can't take yet, which is great because I want to be able to take every order that I accept, because you need to have a low cancellation rate. Cancellation rates affect whether you see your priority access first or not. So it prioritizes diamond drivers, but when there's 5 diamond drivers in the same exact area, they prioritize them yet again. The next priority is, well, who has the best stats? Who has the best ratings, cancellation rates, things of that nature, you know what I mean? So all these things go into account whenever they send it out. So understand that you want to keep all of your ratings good. I have 5 stars right now, which is a good thing. Is every 100 trips that you do, or 100 batches that you, not batches, 100 trips, not 100 batches, 100 trips that you do, one of those negative reviews, which the lowest one I've ever gotten was a 3-star, maybe another one lower than that whenever they said that their order wasn't delivered, which they lied. But now I'm taking pictures every single time, so I don't care. I'm taking pictures every single time. They're not going to get me again, so I'm definitely taking pictures. So every time I drop off, whether it's a hand to the customer or not, I'm taking the picture. Doesn't matter. And so other than that load, all my other loads are all good. That's why I'm at a 5-star after 1,000 trips, because my lowest ones have already dropped off. So that's a great thing that they do, because I remember Lyft would be one of those ones where you'd be almost perfect, and then you'd be almost getting deactivated, then almost, and the swinging of the pendulum is so crazy because the bad ones don't fall off. You just have to do more trips to improve your rating, to outweigh the bad ratings. So that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy talk. You should definitely not have to do that. But my advice to you, like I said, is do the Costco drop. And me, during the daytime while it's open, I do 90% Costco drops. The only time I do a Fry's, or I'm not sure what's out there in Houston anymore, because it's been so long since I've lived there. But whatever, like regular grocery store that isn't Costco, that isn't Walmart, whatever that one is for you. Mine over here is Fry's. Some people have Kroger, some people have Ralph's, things of that nature. It has to be a really worth it trip. So like, I'll do $40 for 33 items to customers going 5 miles down the street. I can't pass that up. That's a really good one. And Fry's, I just zap through it because I know where everything's at. I'm fast with it. Sometimes they do catch me with some items, because like, I hate item specific. Like, they'll be like, oh yeah, you found it, but it's not that brand. Oh, you found it, but it's not that size. With Costco, it's like, you found it. You're like, you don't spend a lot of time just looking for that one item. And when you do need help, the employees, pretty much every store I've been to so far, have been really, really informational on where things are at. And they don't like, you know, like they like Fry's, they'd be like, and then next thing you know, they're just wandering around with you because they don't know where it's at either. And so like, if you are a Diamond member especially, you should be at Costco, bro. Like that, I mean, I just want to harp on that point. You've got to be at Costco, you got to be doing the drops, and that will change your day exponentially. Will you always get BS loads? Of course, bro. Like this is called real life, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take the good with the bad, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. So you can just choose not to do those loads, but don't find yourself sitting around all day just because someone else on YouTube would laugh at you and be like, oh bro, I would never take that load. Well, that person doesn't pay your bills, and that person's not sitting there waiting inside your car with you. I'm not gonna be that guy that's gonna be in here waiting an hour, especially as a Diamond member. No, I'm good. Like when I find myself really waiting like 20, 30 minutes for an order because I skipped over a few, and I'm like, you know what? And you start feeling it, bro. I don't like to feel like that. I want to keep these wheels moving. You know what I mean? I want to keep these wheels moving around here. I don't want to sit around. I got things to do. I'd rather sit at my house if I'm gonna go sit somewhere. I don't gotta be at a Costco or somewhere else just sitting around. Nah, man. I go home and sit down. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and deal with this, you know? So don't find yourself sitting around just because you cherry pick so hard that you have to, you know, just don't find yourself doing that, man. There's enough orders out there for everybody, and that's why there's a waiting list for people to get activated. So if there's one thing you're gonna take from this video, is definitely don't find yourself waiting around. If you're not a diamond member already, make sure you are getting to diamond status. It's the only time it's really worth it. And also, I've watched so many videos. So like when I get into something, I get into it. So like if I'm gonna buy a new car, like not this car, but my HRV that I had, well I have still, it's at the house. But I'm saying the HRV that I have, before receiving it, because I'd already ordered it, you know, I watched all the videos I could watch about it. I'm just one of those people. I don't know. I just want to, you know, see people's experiences, some of the things, tips and tricks, capabilities, whatever. You know, it's that way whenever I get it, it's not so foreign. And it's the same thing with when I got into Instacart. I was like, well, I'm already doing DoorDash. DoorDash is pretty easy to get to know. I don't really want to be doing all this extra work for trash pay. So, because I know, like, I don't really like shopping like that, you know? And I watched all the videos on Instacart. And I watched a lot of different people's in a lot of different markets. And I run across some people who claim, or at least show you, like they are, like they're actually full-time in this, and telling you all this information about how they're like, oh, well, you need to be doing this and doing that and yada, yada, yada. But yet they only work 3 to 4 hours literally just for the YouTube video. And then they want to tell you how to make $20, $30, $40 an hour consistently. I've learned that a lot of these apps will give you great trips in the first 1 to 3 hours. You get fantastic trips. I like the first 3 hours of today, I literally made $70. I could have called it a day right then and there. I could have been like, oh bro, $70? Done. You know, like by the time I get to this time, bro, I started at 7 and by the time I'm at 10 a.m., I'm already at $71. I'm like, bro, I'm all good now, you know? But it doesn't matter, bro. Like, if I only work those hours, then I want to sit there and tell you how to do something and like how this could be you. Your first thing is like, well, he's working 3 to 4 hours. I could work 8 hours and I could easily clear this number right here, and this imaginary number pops up that is not it. And it's because they are YouTubers first and gig app second. Me right now, I'm a gig app first because I can't afford to just be a YouTuber. Trust me, when I make the transition to just being on YouTube and not doing anything else but YouTube, and if let's say I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go do an Instacart for you guys. I'm gonna do like a tips and tricks video or whatever. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm not a full-time guy. I've only worked this literally for this video, so that way you can understand that. Like, I don't want you to take my words to heart, thinking that I'm a full-time guy, and then all of a sudden I'm not. I'm getting my bills paid by YouTube, and you're getting your bills paid from the gig apps, and I'm trying to convince you that Instacart is super dope, or it's trash, or whatever I want to say about it when I don't know anything about it. I'm not a full-time guy, but yet I'm talking to full-time people. Come on, dog. Those people are just ridiculous. So don't get what they say in your head on all that stuff, because I promise you, it's a lot different when you're out here full-timing it. And I know for facts, because I work almost every single day. I technically work every day except for Sunday. But at 7 a.m., the only 2 days I don't work 7 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. depending on how the day went, is Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those are the only days I go in at 10 a.m. Once I found out that there was a Costco business center that was open at 7 a.m., I'm up. I'm up at 5:45, 6 a.m., ready to get out the door and go get it, because I want my day to end earlier. I don't want to have to work, because like before I learned that fact, I was working until like 10:30, 11 at night. I don't want to have to work at 10:30, 11 at night and try and get back up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. to try and make the Costco drop. Or it's hectic, man. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. So now I can get off at 7:30. If my day was really good, I can get off at 7:30. I'm talking about once in a blue moon. That's what time I get off. But most of the time it's 8:30 to 9:30. And today's Friday, so I'm definitely going to do some DoorDash tonight. So I'm definitely getting off tonight, probably around like 11:30. So I just worked from 7 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. driving around doing this stuff. So when I tell you this is my experience and this is how it's going, trust me, bro, like you're gonna get a similar experience to what I'm getting if you're working the amount of hours I'm working, depending on your market. I'm in a big market because I'm in the fifth largest city in the entire United States, which is Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona is literally the fifth, the top five. It just passed. I can't remember what town, what city it passed up, but it passed up some other person that was already here. We just passed them up years ago, but I'm saying we passed them up. We're in the top five, and we are the #1 growing city in the United States of America already. So there's more and more people coming here. So yes, I get it. I'm in a big market. I'm just saying, if you live in a major city, you are considered to be a big market. If you live in backwoods Alabama, you're not going to have the same experience as someone that's over here, you know? You might not even be able to do Instacart. And if you are, like, you're going to have to do these really extremely long trips for small money, you know? It just all depends on your area. Over here, the cost of living is not high, but it's not low either. You know, I'm just saying, when I say high, it's not California, but it's not like Arkansas, where it's a lot cheaper than here when there's not much, you know, surge going on for people, everybody and their mom just moving there, you know? So I'm getting way sidetracked. I know it. But I wanted to at least clear it up, man. Clear it up on when I tell you about like my experience with Instacart or DoorDash, or I should say DoorTrash, you know, because that, you know what I mean, is good enough for filling in blanks. That's pretty much it. If you're trying to rely on it, you will literally, like, for me to try and get 220 out of that, I would literally work from like 6, 7 a.m. all the way till 2, 3 a.m. before I got Instacart Diamond Cart, bro. Like, bro, it makes that much of a difference, bro. And I was I was driving almost like 60 to 80 more miles doing that compared to this. So I know, man, I don't want to draw this video any longer than it already has been, but I feel like these are the things that everyone needs to hear when it comes down to what advice do I have for someone that is an Instacart driver as diamond level and living in a major city. Costco drops, baby. Costco drops. If you got a little bit, even the smallest amount of entertainment from this video / value, definitely hit that subscribe button. We are literally growing so fast. It's insane. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much, bro. And just leave something down below. If you got any questions, I'll respond to you with a video. I don't respond to any comments inside the comment section because anybody could make an account that looks like me and try and scam you. So you'll know when I'm talking to you because I respond via video, just like I did in this video. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!